Hey everybody, I'm Justin with ExtremeTerrain.com, and today I'm taking a closer look at and installing Red Rock's OE style side steps fitting on 2021 and newer two-door Broncos. Now you should be considering the Red Rock steps for your two-door if you missed out on a factory step option and would like to get something similar on your rig for a very affordable price point. Now these options will be sold in pairs. Again, they will feature a very simple OE style running board design and can be had just north of that $200 price point. All right, so right off the bat, the biggest feature here with these steps from Red Rock will be the fact that you're getting a factory-inspired option, but for a fraction of the cost of an OE Ford step. Now, for whatever reason, maybe your rig just didn't come equipped with a set of side steps from the factory. Maybe you're looking to switch up a rock slider setup. Whatever the case, you might be struggling to get in and out of your stock or lifted rig, and at that point, you've decided to add one to your two-door. Now, you will find dozens of options here at XT, but these are gonna be a dead ringer for the factory Ford offered steps for the Bronco, and they will be a functional way to help owners get into and out of their Broncos at home. Now, as an added bonus, these running boards here will act almost as a first line of defense, if you will, against door dings in the parking lot. Now, that's about where it ends. These aren't gonna be functional rocker protection like a rock slider or anything like that. Instead, these are just gonna get a means of getting into and out of your rig and maybe stop a few errant door dings at the same time. Now moving into construction, and the Red Rock steps here are gonna be built using an extruded aluminum, which will be both lightweight and durable. Now that aluminum has been given a satin black powder coat here to keep things looking good over the years. And the cherry on top will be the plastic traction surface that essentially spans the entire length of the step itself here. And again, does mimic the factory steps in just about every way, minus the Bronco lettering across the center of the step. Now to finish things off, there are plastic end caps here, again, help contribute to a more finished look. Now finally guys, the Red Rock options do include all of the necessary brackets to make for a very easy install, as we'll demonstrate here in a little bit. Now moving into price point, and I could have easily lumped this in with our list of features here, as the Red Rock steps are gonna come in at that low $200 price point for the pair, making these, by the way, one of the most affordable running board style options currently on the site for your two-door at home. All right, last but not least, let's talk install. And again, because this is a simple bolt-on design using, I would say, a pretty lightweight step, the site is gonna stick with a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here, taking you 2 hours at absolute most from start to finish. But now to give you a better idea of how this one might go down in the garage or driveway at home, let's throw it out to the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, flathead screwdriver, and 13 and 16 millimeter sockets. What's up guys? Today we're installing a set of side steps on our Bronco, so let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is assemble our side steps. We have some U-clips that we're gonna have to slide into slots on the bottom of our step, and then we can mount our 2 mounting brackets to it, and then we'll get it on the Bronco. So now with our side step flipped over, we're gonna take our U-clips. We have these rectangular holes that we're gonna slide them into, and then we're gonna slide them over the circular hole. So now we'll take our U-clip and we're just gonna wiggle that into place. And I'm just gonna put a flathead screwdriver here for leverage and push on the screwdriver, pop that into place. And then we can put that in between the hole here to get that all centered up. And then we'll do that same thing for this one. Just make sure to not pry too much on there because there are threads in there that you don't want to damage. Now once you have these in on one side, you can do the same thing on the other side. And then we're going to grab our mounting brackets. Now all 4 of these are stamped. We have RF for right front, that's going to be the passenger front. Our rear bracket for this side has RR for right rear, and then you have left front and left rear for the other side. So we'll line up those holes and thread in our 13 millimeter bolt with flat washer. Now I'm just gonna leave these hand tight for now so that once we mount this up, we can get everything straightened out before we fully tighten it down. So once you have this done, do the same thing for the rear bracket. So now we're ready to get our side step all mounted up. We've got our 16mm bolts with flat washers that are gonna go into threaded holes in the body. So we're gonna get underneath, thread our 2 bolts through each bracket, and tighten everything down. So now we're gonna raise our side step up into place. I already threw the bolts in hand tight in the rear just to support the weight. And now we're gonna thread into our 2 factory holes. And then we'll grab our 16mm socket and tighten these down. And then we can switch to our 13mm socket for our 2 bracket bolts. And then do that same thing for your rear bracket and repeat the whole process on the other side. And now we'll switch to our 13mm socket to get the 2 bolts going from our bracket into our side step. Now once you have your front brackets tightened down, you can do the same thing for the rear and then repeat that whole process for the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the Red Rock OE style side steps for your 2021 and newer 2-door Bronco. Thank you for watching, and for all things Bronco, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.